collectors and action figure fans, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another Optibotimus Retro Review. Now, over the many years of doing these reviews, I have taken a look at some G1 Transformers. But truth be told, the ones that you have seen are basically the only ones in my collection. I actually don't have a lot of them, but I figured I'd go back, buy some, and give you guys good high quality reviews of them. So before I get into the review, if you want to see more videos like this, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. The more thumbs up, the better. And if the response is good, well, then I'll obviously keep doing these. Now, because G1 Transformers are fairly simple, especially mini-bots, I thought I would start off with this first video taking a look at two of these, that being the G1 Warpath and Cliffjumper. And obviously, we got little baby Groot here hanging out. Now, starting off first with Warpath, as you can see, he's a pretty tiny guy. He transforms into a General Motors M551A1 Sheridan ARAAV tank, which, whatever that means, I have no idea. He's a tank. That's all I know. And he's tiny. I mean, all these mini bots are tiny. Here is Cup. You can see little baby Groot, but there is Cup for an idea of how big they are. Overall, really very nice detail just in general on it. A lot of really good sculpted detail. You can see molding on there that really does nicely capture the look of a tank. You look at the tank treads on the side, you got a lot of detail in these little wheel sections, and then the treads themselves look really nice. Primarily just done up in this gray and red plastic, but decent. I mean, I can't really complain too terribly much. I mean, it's a G1 mini-bot transformer. You can see that he's got the rub sign. I believe that the first versions of these actually had Autobot logos. The rub signs were added later on. I know that's definitely true with Cliffjumper here, but as you can see, for his turret, it can rotate and do spinny stuff, as a turret would do. I mean, not bad. He's got 3 wheels here in the bottom. What do we got here? We have a Takara stamp that says 1984 Japan. Overall, fairly clean looking. I want to say that you can probably get this guy on eBay for maybe 30 bucks. I think that's what I paid for it. Not in package or anything like that, but good condition. Actually fairly happy with it. It does kind of look like there's some stress marks here, as if somebody was transforming them a little bit wrong, but oh well. So to transformer, we're going to first take this section, extend that out just like that, and then take this entire bit and fold that back. You can then stand them up. You can take these arms, bring these forward a little bit, take the entire turret section, and that slides back, and then take this, pop this up, and boom! There's his head, and there's Warpath. Now, the thing with Warpath is, he, like I said, well, the stamp says, I think, what did that say? 1980, or 1984, yeah. I think it was actually released in 1985, according to TF Wiki. That's what I'm looking at. And in 1986, he was made available as a mail-away item, mostly because he was no longer available on store shelves. And, I mean, it was really kind of a simple thing. It was $4 and a robot point in order to get this. So really pretty easy to do. Apparently in Japan, he was made available only as a mail-away figure, costing 500 yen and 2 robot points. He was later reissued as part of a collection pack with 6 mini-bots, which had Bumblebee, I think Cosmos, Gears, Huffer, and Power Glide. I unfortunately never got that, so I was a little bit disappointed in myself for not picking it up, but there he is. Again, no real articulation. I guess you could kind of say that turns. His arms can oh, actually, you're supposed to also extend those out like so. So the arms can rotate, but he basically just stands there. You can see he got a sticker there. I think he's missing some stickers. I'm not 100% sure, but overall, really pretty nice looking, I think. Now, Cliffjumper here has a little bit more interesting of a story. I mean, as you can see, really nice looking vehicle mode. Tiny, kind of meant to resemble those penny racers that you would put like a penny in the back here and go zoom, zoom, zoom. He was originally part of the 1984 Autobot mini vehicles. He began his life in the Micro Change line. And as you can see, he's kind of a deformed looking Porsche 924 Turbo. And this is, you know, a lot of people complain about like the combiner wars and the remold and things of that nature that we've gotten out of them. While they utilize the same construction and engineering, people seem to not give them a lot of credit and kind of complain about them quite often. Well, here is a retool and a redeco of Bumblebee. Now, I do not have a normal Bumblebee, but here is a red version of Bumblebee. Yes, they made a red version of Bumblebee. They also made other colors of Bumblebee, but you can see the engineering is basically the same, but almost everything on here for the most part, except for like the tires, the back plate here, I guess, is the same, but a lot of the other stuff is different. The front section here is different. You can see, obviously, that looks like a VW Beetle. This has the little scoop thing right there. Obviously, he's got the little spoiler thing. Very much like a Porsche. So that's why when people say, why can't we get a masterpiece Cliffjumper figure? All you would have to do is retool it. Not really. There's a lot of extensive differences between the two characters. That would mean that you just can't take that masterpiece Bumblebee and make him into Cliffjumper. There'd be a lot more involved in it. But for the transformation on this guy, very simple. I mean, he's got rubber tires. I should say he rolls. You can take this, slide that out, extend these legs down, give them a nice little push, and they will lock into place. Do that on both sides. Fold the feet forward and fold up the head. And there you have Cliffjumper. Now bringing in, well, red Bumblebee. Unfortunately, mine doesn't quite stay down as well as it should. He's a little bit floppy, but maybe I can get him to stand. Nope, he's not gonna want to. It just doesn't, that leg doesn't lock into place anymore. So it's, well, there we go. That's a little unfortunate, but you can see that you see a lot of the differences here in robot mode as well. Specifically in the head. The head is much different, but the chest, the arms, those actually are different too, I think. I'm trying to see here. No, those might be they might be the exact same arms. The thigh pieces here are the same, and then the feet are different. So Hasbro's been doing this for a long time, guys. Not just with the Combiner Wars and all that kind of stuff. They've been redoing these figures utilizing the same engineering since the very beginning. So maybe we could cut up some slack now. I don't know. That's just my little humble opinion. But there you have Cliffjumper and Warpath. Fun little figures. If you're G1 fans, these are definitely ones that I would want to have in my collection. They just look cool, don't they? I mean, they're so simplistic. It's kind of silly, especially when nowadays we complain about how simple these new deluxe figures are. And yeah, they're simple, but they used to be a lot more simple. But fun little guys. Again, transforming, you just tuck that away, fold this down, collapse his feet, and then slide these little bits in like so. There's that. And as you can see, he's got a rub symbol right there. Like I said, I think the original release had just an Autobot logo. And in fact, bringing this in, you can see that the original one had an Autobot logo sticker, and then they replaced it after the original release with the rub sign. I kind of like the rub sign. It just is a little bit more old school Transformer for me, so I dig that. Now for him, fold that down. Make sure that you fold this forward like that, because if you don't have that all the way back, kind of messes up this sliding down, and that's where I think some stress marks were put on there by the previous owner. So you want to make sure that you fold that forward. Bring these down, collapse these arms in, collapse the front section down towards the back, and then fold this down like so. But there you have it. Again, very simple transformation, very fun little figures. If you're a Transformer fan, these are definitely ones that I would pick up and add to your collection. Cliffjumper, Warpath are iconic characters in the Transformers franchise. And these are the little guys that started it off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this retro review of the Transformers Generation 1 Warpath and Cliffjumper. Again, if you want to see more of these videos, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. It really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. Also, hey, if you're new here, before you go, make sure you subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you'll get instant email notifications whenever I upload a new video, and you'll never miss out on a future review of mine. Or, if you're already subscribed, now more than ever, it is important to make sure that you are getting those email notifications. We all know just how unreliable that YouTube subscription box is, and the best way to help support my channel and not miss any future reviews of mine is to click on that little bell right below this video and double check your settings to make sure that they're set so that you get those email notifications. And as always, a very special thanks to you if you made it all the way to the end of this review. Another way that you can really help support my channel is making sure that you watch a video all the way through. And if you did that, thank you. And a huge shout out to all of my patrons who through their continued support help to make reviews like this possible. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.